sometimes it's hard to kind of figure out like, what is that next move? What is going on with myself? And how am I going to get through this to the other side? Because I can promise you this, there is a way to get unstuck. You are not going to be here forever. This is definitely temporary. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Modern Direct Seller Podcast. I'm super excited that you're here with us today because today we're diving into a hot topic on what to do when you feel stuck. So if you've ever stared at your planner or scrolled social media or looked at a blank calendar thinking, I don't even know what to do next, this episode is for you. So I have to say that first off, getting stuck in your business happens. It happens to top leaders. It happens to those that are the most successful. It happens to all of us. So if you're listening right now thinking, somebody told me to come listen to this episode because they know that I'm struggling with a couple things right now, or maybe you saw this episode title and you thought, yeah, I need a little bit of a kick in the pants because I've been in a lull in my business, or things just don't quite feel like they're moving forward in the way that I want them to move forward, then I really think you're gonna have a lot of great takeaways. And if you don't quite need this episode today, I have a feeling there will come a time and a place that at some point, no matter how successful you are in your business, you may find yourself in a spot where you're feeling a little stuck, maybe stuck in a rut that you need to get out of. And sometimes when we're in it, it's really hard for us to kind of navigate and figure out how we get out of it, right? Like I think especially when we're living and breathing our business and our phones are glued to us and we're getting messages and our company's sending us information and we have a lot coming at us, sometimes it's hard to kind of figure out like, what is that next move? What is going on with myself? And how am I going to get through this to the other side? Because I can promise you this, there is a way to get unstuck. You are not going to be here forever. This is definitely temporary. So a couple things that I want to share with you. The first half of this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about the mindset, the emotions, the feelings of being stuck. And then the second part of this episode, we're going to talk a little bit more about the strategy to get unstuck. And I'll share some personal stories along the way of times when I've been in that boat as well. Yes, it's happened to me too. And just some ideas for you on ways to move yourself forward, even if it's a small baby step or a small win or a tiny celebration, to start moving back in that good vibes direction that you want to be in, right? So first off, when we're thinking about the mindset side or the emotional side of being stuck, some signs that might resonate with you, you might feel like you are overthinking everything. You may feel like you're trying to do all the things and nothing is quite working the way that you were expecting. You might also be feeling a little unmotivated, a little disconnected with your why, with your team, with your company. And I think when we get in that space, it's easy to fall into kind of like a scroll life-sucking behavior where we fall into the scroll hole and all of a sudden we're comparing ourselves to other people, which we know the comparison game is the thief of all joy. But it's easy to say like, gosh, it seems like everything they're doing is working for them. Or gosh, this person hasn't even been doing this as long as me and look at their success. So it's easy for things to kind of snowball when maybe we're feeling a bit down about our business. So a couple of mindset resets that I'd love for you to play around with, see what works for you. I mean, for me, honestly, like getting outside and getting some fresh air and a little bit of sunshine does wonders for me, right? Or getting yourself out of your space. If you're feeling just stuck working at your desk that you sit at every day, staring at the same screen, then let's get out of that, right? We don't want to be in that icky, stagnant environment where we always are. Sometimes we need some fresh inspiration. So maybe see if we can go work at a co-working place or a coffee shop for a day, just to kind of open your eyes to some fresh perspectives, change up your atmosphere a little bit. The other thing that I find when I'm stuck is I'm not feeling momentum in my business, right? Maybe I haven't had an influx of new students inside the academy for a little while, or maybe we're not seeing as many orders coming through with Oh My High, and we're kind of, trying to figure things out, but nothing's quite sticking or landing, right? So I'd also like to encourage you to think about what you can do to put yourself in front of your ideal client. Because the reality is you picked your direct sales company, you've picked your products, you picked your business based on things that you love and you love sharing. So if it's been a while since you've been face-to-face with people, and I'm not just talking virtual, I'm saying face-to-face, I'd encourage you to get out there and meet some people, talk to people about your product, share what you have to offer, because I think for many, when they see that joy or that spark or that excitement from a new potential customer, not to mention sales always are good for us too, then that's a great pick-me-up. So I always felt that in my direct sales business, if I went a little while without doing a vendor event. I did a lot of vendor events. That was a big way that I grew my leads, my customers, my hosts, my team, was getting out there and doing big events. And I'm talking big events. Like we did events that over the course of 2 to 3 days, we were selling 10,000 plus, right? So events that give you those good endorphins and excitement. You're exhausted at the end of the day and you want to collapse, but you're walking away with a whole lot less product because you've sold a bunch and a bunch of leads in your hands. And those kind of events would reconnect me back to my why, reconnect me with why I do what I do, because I loved sharing those products and seeing the faces of families light up when they were purchasing products from me, right? So think about what that looks like for you. And then we want to make sure that we're aligning our activity with our mindset. So getting really clear on our goals, getting really clear on our why. And, I think this is also a great time to kind of just offer a friendly reminder that your why may have changed since the last time you thought about it. I love the Simon Sinek book, Start With Why. And if you're feeling a bit stagnant in your business or you're feeling a little stuck, you might be out of alignment, right? You may be working towards something that you've already achieved, or working towards something that maybe you don't want anymore. And so getting really clear on what's next for you, or what is going to keep you going and what's going to pull you out of bed in the morning and what's going to take you to the next level of your business, that's going to help you kind of light that fire back that might be missing. So highly encourage you to just grab your favorite journal, jot down some ideas, do a little reflection. Think about how far you've come. Think about what it was like when you started your business. Think about what your business looks like today. Think about some of those big milestones that you've hit along the way. And I'm so guilty of this, but I am a doer. I like action. I like going. I like moving forward. And it takes me a minute to kind of just pause and reflect. Inside our Modern Direct Seller Academy, we do that at our virtual retreats quarterly. And oftentimes I say, pull up your calendar and look at what you've accomplished over the last 3 months. Look at what you've accomplished over the last 6 months. Look at what you've accomplished year to date. Look how far you've come. And when you reflect and celebrate those big milestones, that makes it a whole lot easier to kind of pick yourself back up and realize, all right, I got something good here. I got to keep moving forward towards that next thing that I'm working towards, right? And then again, the other thing, toss your phone. Don't worry about, scrolling or posting. And honestly, if you need a little bit of a digital detox and take a couple of days off of social media, that's perfectly okay too. That's actually really, really good for us from time to time, right? Just to take a time out and say, I'm going to give myself the weekend and I'm not going to engage in the group chat. I'm not going to engage with the conversation that's happening. If the company releases something and it's important, there's going to be an email about it. I'll check it there, but I'm not going to worry about social. And give yourself a little bit of a break from the day-to-day business, okay? So those are some ideas just to kind of reset your mindset. I love a good Post-it note with an affirmation or a reminder that, something that connects me back to my why. One of the ones I have on my desk right now is, the healthier I am, the more money I make. Ooh, I like that one, right? Or the work that I'm putting in today is going to pay off tomorrow, right? I am a total nerd. I love affirmations. There's even these fun ones now that you can put in the shower. Google it. Yes, they exist. You can like put them up in your shower. Great way to start your day. I have them on my watch. I use the I Am app and it pulls in an affirmation on your watch. So right now it says, I deserve to be healthy, wealthy, and happy. Yeah, yes, please, right? So wherever you need to do to kind of surround yourself with the messaging to keep yourself moving forward. Your brain is pretty darn powerful. I tell my 10-year-old this all the time. But what we're feeding into our brain is what we're going to be thinking about, and that's going to impact the actions that we're taking. So the more that we can feed positivity or reconnecting with the why, that's going to help you move yourself forward. And if you're not listening to podcasts like this on the regular, or you're not connected with maybe leaders in your company or trainings that are dropping that might help you think about strategies to move forward, I would also challenge you to think about that, right? Like it's what we're putting into our brain, what we're reading, what we're hearing, who we're surrounding ourselves with. So being able to lean into a community of people that get you. Sometimes it's hard to have these conversations with your best friend or your significant other. If they're not in the business, it's a little bit hard to understand, like, gosh, I'm really stuck. They're like, oh, bummer. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you, right? So it's a little bit of a different mindset. So making sure that you're pulling the best people and information and resources and sources into that powerful mind that you have to help you get unstuck and move forward. All right. So let's get to part two. Part two of getting unstuck. This is really going back to the basics. And I feel like I've done so much training on this, but I'm going to say it again for the people in the back that might just need this reminder today. So when we think about our daily actions moving us forward, I am a big believer and proponent of the daily ABCs. I train about this from stages. I talk about this inside our academy. In fact, inside the academy, we have a consistency tracker. When you do these things on the regular, you check the box and confetti flies from the screen. I mean, really, these are the basics of your business, the basic building blocks. That's why they're the ABCs. But they are the actions you need to take to keep your business moving forward. So if you found yourself distracted or maybe in a little bit of a scroll hole or maybe playing a little bit of the comparison game or maybe your eye is just a little bit not focused, like you have your eye off for the prize and you're focusing on something else right now, when you're feeling stuck, it's a great time to kind of strip down all the other things that might be distracting you and pulling you away and focus on the daily things that need to get done in your business. And again, I think you can get these done in 20 minutes a day. Somebody asked me, like, how is that possible? You can do this in 20 minutes? And I was like, oh yeah, you can. I'll show you how. So A, again, is active selling or asking for a sale. Getting in the habit each and every day of asking someone, hey, just checking on you. Can I get that ordered for you? Or do you need more of this? Or I'm putting in an order on Friday. Can I grab that for you? Just getting in the habit of asking for a sale. And the beauty of this is that you can do this day in, day out. You don't need to wait till your next big event that you're doing. You don't need to wait until that next collaboration or that live video. These are things that you can be doing over a text message, in the DMs, each and every day. Now, the B is for building relationships, right? Building relationships is the heart of this business. And if you're a people person, if you love connecting with people and you're feeling in a slump or you're feeling a little stuck, then getting back to building relationships and connecting with people is going to be a game changer for you. So building relationships, talking to people, and it doesn't have to just be business. I think sometimes we get a little hung up on this, right? Where we're like, oh, I only can talk to people about business. No, we want to talk to people about all the things. The bottom line is that you're intentionally building relationships each and every day. And I talk about the 3 3 3s, also another really easy formula to remember. talking to 3 current customers, 3 future customers, and 3 people you'd love to have on your team or collaborate with each and every day. When you do that over the course of a year, it adds up to over 3,000 conversations. So if you want to be intentional about that building relationships piece, the B in the ABCs, it's as simple as that. You just need to talk to 9 people each day. And if you got a busy day and you got a lot going on, totally tap into the lazy girl method, where you're essentially just looking at their Instagram stories and responding to those stories. It's easy. People are posting about what they care about. They're sharing that to their stories. You're going to engage with what they care about, show up on their turf, ask them questions, communicate with them. I promise you, when you do a good job building relationships, those sales are going to follow. It's going to be that much easier to ask for a sale and do the A's and the ABCs. Now, the last one, C, is for creating content, right? Creating content is such a great way to put yourself out there. And you know what? Sometimes it's okay to be a little bit real, a little bit raw, a little bit authentic. Maybe say, hey, this is a post I didn't want to make. Or hey, like I'm feeling all the feels right now about my business. Or maybe you use that post to kind of flash back to maybe some memories you've made with your company, where you've done an event or where you've been at a conference, and share those good times to help kind of reinvigorate that spark in your business that you're looking for. So creating content is important, whether that's on social media, if that's email, blog posts, YouTube, like you name it. Wherever you like to create content, go there and create that content. Then who is engaging with that content? We're going to really connect with those people engaging. We're going to connect with them in the DMs. We're going to build the relationship. When the time is right, we're going to ask for a sale. That's how the ABCs add up big time for your business. So ask yourself, did I do my ABCs today? And be truthful with yourself, because I know sometimes we're like, oh yeah, I did it. And then you're like, okay, no, I kind of just did the C part today, or I sort of just did the B. I really didn't ask anyone for a sale today. So that's my challenge for you, is if you're feeling like you're stuck or working to get unstuck, get back to the basics, block out 20 minutes a day, put it on your calendar, ABCs. And then track it and stack it. Have fun with it, right? So use that consistency tracker inside the academy to log your daily ABCs, right? You get to have a daily confetti party when you get it done. That's going to give you a nice little rush of excitement there that you're doing the work. And I think the other thing there is knowing that you're focusing on the activity and not as much the outcome. So you'll notice the ABCs don't say you have to get a sale today. The ABCs are, you gotta ask somebody for a sale, you gotta build relationships, and you gotta create content. All of those tasks are 100% on you to do. They're not dependent on somebody saying yes, somebody making a purchase. So know that we're kind of disassociating with the outcome of what happens. I'm promising you, if you do it consistently, it's going to add up. Those people are going to convert into customers and you're going to close some sales there. But don't be too caught up in the outcome of your daily ABCs. Be focused on the activity and know that when you have that consistency in your business and you're making progress, that is going to breed momentum. And momentum is what gets us back to that happy place where we're feeling unstuck and not a little bit in this, in between place where we're like, things just are feeling a little bit off here. Okay, the next thing that I would suggest, and this is probably one of the number one ways that my Academy VA peers work with me. They come to me and they're like, okay, Maggie, I brain dumped it all. I put it all out on paper. I have this list a mile long of all the possible things that I could be focused on and doing in my business, and I have no idea where to start. So if you're feeling like you have a million different half-done things in your brain, go ahead and get it out of your brain. We are all too busy to keep things in our brain. Let's put it on a piece of paper, write it down, get it out of your head, and then I would pick the easiest things first, right? Especially when we're trying to get unstuck. Usually I'm like, focus on the hard things. Nope. When we're getting unstuck, what are like 5 of those tasks that you can just knock out? And I say knock out, like in 15 minutes, you could knock 5 of those things off your list. You just got to put your big girl pants on and go do it. That's going to feel really good for you to cross some things off your list. So let's take a look at that brain dump. Focus on those super easy things to get done. Send this person a message, follow up with that person, check in on that, send a tracking number, those easy things for your business. Let's start there first. So we're feeling like we have something to celebrate. And then let's take a look at the list and decide, all right, this is how much time I have available. Where is my top priority? What is going to give me the biggest bang for my buck? And I would guess that what those things are going to be are active selling strategies. So back to that A, asking for a sale, active selling. Is it putting together the event? Is it following up with people that went to this or that, right? Like that's money on the table. Let's go focus on those activities first. And then we can get to some of these other bigger projects that can stay in the parking lot on the to-do list, but we know we're going to come back to them. All right, a couple other things that I'm going to mention before we wrap up this episode. I had a lot to say on this topic, actually, more than I realized. But the next area would be to really lean into that community. We talked about that. Like, who are you surrounding yourself? Who are you listening to? Are you in group chats that are draining you? Let's say goodbye to them, right? Are you talking to someone that lifts you up and encourages you every day? If not, we got to go find those people. In fact, inside the Modern Direct Seller Academy right now, we are doing a May We Collaborate celebration challenge happening here in May, where we're intentionally connecting people with new biz besties, people outside of their company, people that you're able to connect with and really build a business together and learn from. So try leaning into that community and say, hey, this is where I'm at with my business. Here's where I'm feeling a little stagnant. Here's what I love to do. What are your ideas? Talk to people that get it, and then try something fresh. Try something new. Maybe it's something a little uncomfortable. Maybe it's trying a new Reels trend. Maybe it's updating your follow-up message. Maybe it's trying a new social media platform. But anytime we bring new, fresh energy into our business, that's really reinvigorating. And I feel that all the time. I'm like, okay, this has been fun, but like, how do we mix things up? How do we try something different? How do we connect with new people? How do we get better results doing different activities? And sure, are some of those things gonna flop? Yeah, they're going to. But many of them are going to take you to the next level of your business. So think about what you can do that might just kind of spice things up or freshen up what you're doing in your business on a regular basis. So bottom line here, the combo for getting unstuck is a little bit mindset, a little bit strategy, right? So you don't have to totally overhaul your business to get unstuck. And trust me, I've been there before. Luckily, my very logical, practical business partner and husband talks me off the edge because sometimes I'm like, burn it all down. Like, we got to start over. Let's do something totally different. But really, it's not burning it all down. It's recognizing that I just need to make a couple of tweaks in my business. Maybe it's getting back to the basics. Maybe it's freshening things up. Maybe it's reevaluating who I'm connected with and what podcasts I'm listening to and what books I'm reading and what kind of good energy I need to fuel me to take me to the next level and tap into those things with intentionality. And when I say with intentionality, I mean with action, right? So it's putting it on your calendar. I'm going to listen to this podcast. I'm going to connect with this person. I'm going to carve out this 20 minutes to do my ABCs. But being really, really intentional about your time and focusing on those basic activities that are going to get you unstuck. So the next time we're having this conversation, it's someone probably coming to you saying like, oh gosh, like help me out. Have you ever been here before? I'm feeling a little blah about my business right now. I'm feeling like I'm doing all the things. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I'm feeling a little like it's just not flowing the way that I want it to. And oftentimes we just need to get back into alignment with our why, our mindset to keep us going. And that's gonna catapult you to the next level in your business. So with that said, how's that for a little podcast pep talk for you today? Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. If you're feeling stuck, I wanna hear from you. I wanna hear if anything I shared here in this episode resonated with you, what you're trying, what you're thinking about. If you're doing your ABCs, if there's things in your business that you're just having to tweak and you're gonna have to shake up a little bit to get where you wanna go, but I would absolutely Love to hear from you. Shoot me a DM over at Modern Direct Seller. If you found this episode valuable today, share it. Share it with your team. Share it with your biz besties. Sometimes we don't realize what's happening inside people's lives or in their head or their mindset about the business. And sometimes they just need a little bit of a pep talk to reevaluate things and keep things moving forward. So thanks again for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day today. And I can't wait to hear how you're getting unstuck in your business and moving forward. All right, I'll see y'all next week. Bye, everyone. This episode is sponsored by CinchShare. CinchShare is the #1 social media scheduler for direct sellers and loved by creators in any industry. It's truly your one-stop shop for all things social. Join hundreds of thousands of social sellers and entrepreneurs who turn to CinchShare for free social media training and resources. Get started today with your free 30-day trial at moderndirectseller.com/CinchShare.